Hello there and welcome to the show. It's been another whirlwind week in the women's game with a feast of football around the globe and around the corner. Now it's time to get stuck into match day 6 in the English top division, and there's plenty to enjoy. To a special day on Merseyside as the Hill Dickinson Stadium hosted an Everton women's game for the very first time. It's the 6th different home ground at which the Toffees have played a WSL game, and they hadn't won any of their debuts at the previous 5. Manchester United were in town off the back of a victory in their first ever Champions League group game.
It's history this afternoon at Hill Dickinson Stadium, the first women's game to be played at Britain's newest stadium. Everton will be hoping that the history books will be written in their favour with a big 3 points for Brian Sorensen's side. Let's have a look at the 11s, shall we? Everton remain unchanged from the side that drew 1-1 at the King Power Stadium last weekend, with Courtney Brosnan out for the foreseeable future. Former Manchester United keeper Emily Ramsey continues in goal. That's despite her error leading to the Leicester equaliser last week. Mark Skinner opts to drop Jess Park and Julia Zighiotti to the bench. In their place come Lisa Nalsand, who makes her first WSL start of the season after coming on as a sub in all of her previous appearances. Fridolina Rolfo is the other new name in the United lineup. The 31-year-old is still looking for her first Manchester United goal since joining from Barcelona in the summer. At the moment, in the first 4 minutes, it's all about Manchester United keeping the ball.
Yeah, really good piece of sustained possession from United.
They've got a chance here as the ball's clipped to the back post and somehow it flashes across the face of goal. Elizabeth Turland is the player who got her head on it, but it was just a little too high for her. And I think she collided with Emily Ramsey, which is why she's down on the turf. 10 minutes play, goalless at Hill Dickinson Stadium. Lisa Nalsand will take the corner for Manchester United. Ramsey gets a good right hand onto it. Put back into the danger area. Mallard deflection, and Ramsey reacts excellently to keep that out. Well, it was something out of nothing, and Emily Ramsey against their old side shows her cat-like reactions in the Everton goal.
Fantastic save by Ramsey. Had to make it just with her right hand, isn't it? It's a cat-like reactions, like you say, Rich, and Ramsey straight on it. Really good goalkeeping.
Sandberg faces up Robinson. England winger trying to find an inch of space. And a foul is given against Sandberg. Well, judging by her reaction, she disagrees with the referee's decision there, the Manchester United fullback.
I think she was a bit unlucky there to have that free kick given against her. I think she was just holding her ground.
I feel like these opportunities could define the direction of this result for Everton. Everton free kick. Danger for Manchester United. Plenty of whip on it. It's a good punch by Tullis Choice, but Everton get the rebound. And despite starting on the back foot, they take the lead at Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's the first goal in the women's game at the new stadium. Hanaka Hayashi is there to blast in the rebound, and Everton, with quarter of an hour on the clock, take a historic lead. That's good from Miyazawa, who slips through. Mala! Saved by Ramsey. Mala on the rebound though, and Manchester United do have their goal. And of course, it's Melvin Mala. Her 5th goal in the WSL already.
Nice, just outside the football in the corner. Ramsey makes a good first save, but it just rebounds straight back to Mallard, who has the presence of mind to react. Get that ball into the back of the net.
Hands on head for the Everton midfield. Manchester United, they are level with 62 minutes played. Here's Riviere, knocked off balance. So much so that it's a foul. And a free kick for Manchester United. Looked hesitant to blow her whistle initially, did the referee, Stacey Fullix, but Riviere, I'm sure, will happily accept. Into the 70th minute of the game. Everton 1, Manchester United 1. Sandberg with the cross. Oh, and it's loose! And somehow Manchester United see it bobble over the line. And they turn this game on its head. Mala celebrates, but it might go down as an own goal.
She tries to just use her left foot, was it? Just to try and clear her lines, and she's off balance, hooks it into the bottom corner. Really unfortunate from Kingsmeadow, who has had a very good game today.
Toon into Jess Park. Danger here for Everton. Park looking to wrap it up for Manchester United, which she does. No celebration from the Manchester United forward against the side she used to play for. But that finish, with a little help of a deflection, will surely secure the 3 points. Everton 1, Manchester United 3.
Yeah, really respectful from Park. She didn't celebrate, but she has a massive grin on her face. And I think, you know, that deflection takes it in. I think Ramsey might have got that. I think she had that covered.
Toon. Heard the shout of Galton, but Fernandez can step in. Galton has it. Toon. Park. Another for Manchester United. And it's the best of the lot from Jess Park. 2 goals in just a few minutes for the Manchester United substitute. And we thought the last was the cherry on top of the cake. Well, there's now a second cherry on top of the cake. Everton 1, Manchester United 4. Well, that's it. The first women's game to be played at this stadium is won by Manchester United. Everton took the lead through a rebound. Hanoka Hayashi. Melvin Mala was able to equalise, though. Kitagawa scored an unfortunate own goal, but Jess Park off the bench. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Then that it finished here. Everton 1, Manchester United 4.
Should have been 3-0 up before Everton got their goal, and that's the difference. You know, first half would have been that. I think it'd been really uncomfortable for Everton, but fair play to them. They reacted quicker on a set piece, but I always knew at half time we were pretty calm. We needed to come out second half and put a performance on of quality, detail, and that was the only thing missing from the first half. Created chances, we just need to finish them.
We ride the storm in the first 10, and then was fairly even until actually second half started better, but then I think key moments we let ourselves down, and then they get back into the game, and then at the end they just run from us.
Welcome back to our roundup of another whirlwind WSL weekend. To Anfield we go for a Manchester-Merseyside clash, and a reunion of sorts for now Reds boss Gareth Taylor with his former employers.
One enforced change for Liverpool. Japanese international Risa Shimazu is ineligible. She's on loan for the season from Manchester City, so the Welsh international Gemma Evans comes in at fullback. One change for Manchester City. Iman Bernay starts in place of Grace Clinton, who was injured during last weekend's 3-2 victory over Arsenal. The 19-year-old Swiss international, Bernay, is expected to slot into a wide left role, having scored the late winner against Arsenal after coming on to replace Clinton. Hasegawa. Half away by Nagano. Miedema. Just over.
Brilliant again, they're just trying to get the balls over the top. Nagano not getting it cleared. Hasegawa picking it up to Miedema, who's just so brilliant on that half turn. It's so quick, and she gets her shot off just as quick.
Hasegawa. Half away by Capox. There she is again. Oh, she's lost it. Miedema blocked by the goalkeeper's boot and away to safety.
Chance for Miedema there. Clark just fluffed her lines.
Miedema. Shaw making the run ahead of her. It's Bunny Shaw. Shot straight at the goalkeeper from Casper Wright, and she knows that was a great opportunity for City to take the lead.
Lovely ball in between the lines. Miedema doing what she does best. Bunny Shaw running into that space. Fantastic tackle from Bonner there.
And here come Manchester City again. The save from Borgraf to keep it at 0-0.
City's really starting to put the pressure on. Brilliant turn, brilliant through ball to Fugino. Just not enough, a little bit too close to the keeper, but again, Borgraf is there.
Greenwood being pursued here by Holland, who takes it away from her. Kerry Holland. End of it, in behind the City defence, off the outside of the post. Real scare for Yamashita and Manchester City.
And to be looking for a corner there, gets a tiny touch there off Casper Wright onto the post.
Liverpool have really threatened the Manchester City goal. What can they do from this corner? Shaw with the header. And Capox trying to go for it again. Fisk. Holland. Brown prevents that going behind for another corner. Turn. Fisk being urged to shoot there from quite some way out. Holland with the dangerous ball in and turned in at the far post. Cornelia Capox. And Liverpool are in front.
Wow. We have not seen Liverpool barely in City's final third whatsoever. Get a corner to keep alive for a throw in. Fisk, the captain up there, just recycling the ball. Kerry Holland, brilliant ball into the box, so dangerous, in behind the back line, in front of the keeper, no one knows what to do. It's coming into the back post. A lovely header.
In by Greenwood towards Shaw, pushed away by the goalkeeper, didn't need to, and the rebound has been turned in for the equaliser. Manchester City are back on level terms.
Dangerous ball. Shaw, probably the first time she's found a little bit of space in the box. She just didn't know where her goal was. It is what City deserve, just from the errors of Liverpool.
Casper. Shaw. It's at the end of her own header. Teasing ball into the middle. It's away though by Holland. Brown. Shaw. Three in the middle to aim for. Shaw goes for goal herself. And Borgraf with the save to keep it at 1-1.
What an audacious angle to be taking the shot from. Bunny Shaw, she's been closed down really tightly.
Ohabi. Rose. Kasparai. Bernie making the little run ahead of her. Nice touch from Lohman. Great chance for Manchester City. And it's been taken by Robert Fugino. And they have turned it around. Manchester City, from 1-0 down, they lead 2-1.
Here they are, City again. They're patient, they're persistent. They know they have goals in them. And this just comes from this right-hand side. Absolutely driving finish through the legs. Borgraf.
Lizelle keeps it alive. Nagano. Down on the edge of the area, that's a free kick.
What a chance this could be. Nagano again, she loves to get forward.
Goalkeeper just slightly off the line. Holland strikes it, taken by the goalkeeper, and the rebound is turned in for the equaliser, but it will not count. The flag up on this near side. Gemma Bonner thought she'd made it 2-2, but not so.
Oh, Absolutely devastating for Liverpool not to get their first point this season.
It's another defeat for Liverpool. 5 defeats out of 5 in the WSL. It's finished here at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2.
It shows something about the team that even though we are 1 goal down, we are coming back. There is energy in the group in the end, desperation to really win the game.
We managed most of the game apart from the goals we conceded. I think the first goal might be going out of play before we keep it in and they score. So yeah, tough one for us to take, but positives to grab a hold of for sure.
You must have thought you nicked a point there at the end, only for the flag to be up.
Yeah, I think it is offside, but yeah, good attempts and we're there for it. We're just obviously in an offside position.
So to Kingsmeadow, where champions Chelsea hosted Tottenham Hotspur, with the Blues having won all 11 previous WSL meetings by an aggregate score of 27-7. But the visitors had made their joint best ever start to a WSL season, and victory would give them as many wins already this campaign as they picked up in the whole of last season.
Here come the two teams. Kingsmeadow well filled as always, and perfect conditions as well. Sonia Van Pastor, the manager of the month, and Aggie Beaver-Jones, the player of the month in the Barclays Women's Super League. Martin Hope getting his first experience of a Chelsea game as the Tottenham manager. And here are the two teams. Sonia Van Pastor made 7 changes for the Champions League game with Twente, but there are only 2 from the WSL draw with Manchester United. Sandy Baltimore is injured, but Neve Charles is fit to return. And Alicia Thompson replaces Caterina Macario. Lucy Bronze is on the bench for the first time since her injury at the Euros. The former Chelsea player Drew Spence is a significant absentee for Spurs, so Olga Artinen will join Evelina Summerlin in an all-Finnish midfield, and Matilda Winberg replaces Olivia Holt in attack. Kavina Tamberg is aiming to score in her 3rd successive game. Molly Bartrip is involved for the first time since a pre-season injury. Thompson. Terrific break into the penalty area. And it whistles over the top. An early glimpse of her talents.
Absolutely. Thompson picking the ball up and the change of pace to beat Neville. See what she's trying to do, bend it in, but great start for Thompson.
Tottenham with their first break forward here in the shot. Tamberg is deflected behind, and Spurs have their first corner.
Yeah, these corners, set pieces, going to be really important.
Hampton has to fist that away. That was heading in.
Yeah, fantastic from Hampton. Hasn't had much to do in the opening 12 minutes, but had to be alert. It's a strong fist. She had bodies around her. She's confident, and she's cleared it.
.26 clearances from Tottenham so far, and they may need another one here as Cuthbert has been caught, but Spurs have got through so much work so far. Challenge there by Artinen, going shoulder to shoulder, and in the end just catching Cuthbert in the follow-through. Cuthbert's free kick, and Kopp again, showing really good reach and safe hands.
Yeah, really good from Kopp there. Chelsea not really attacking that free kick this time. It was comfortable save.
Kopp eventually delivering the ball away.
Just not being alert there to Beaver-Jones breathing down her shoulder there.
Thompson. It's smuggled behind by Neville for the first corner of the second half. Neville, in the main, has played her quite well so far. She was beaten early on, but I think she learned from that.
Yeah, absolutely. That early lunge in the box. And since then, she's learned and is standing Thompson up.
Cuthbert. And it was Bjorn almost kneeing the ball over the crossbar there from close range.
It was a good run there from Bjorn, but she had lots of bodies around her. I don't think she saw it till late, and tries to get anything on it, and as you say, come off her knee over the bar.
David Jones. Now Thompson. There's plenty of room here. And Kopp just about makes the save. Well, she clings on at the second or maybe third attempt.
Thompson does really well. Defenders again too scared to take a touch, to take a challenge, and she gets her shot off, and it nearly sneaks in under the arm of Kopp, but she recovers.
The 1-2. Cross taking another deflection and going behind for another corner. The thing that Tottenham have done well, but it's not necessarily the first ball, it's getting to the second ball. Kopp fisting clear. There is that second ball again, which is hammered to safety. Carpenter just over the top.
She hit it so sweetly. It was rising. And you see Kopp, she wasn't sure. She wasn't sure if she had it cleared. Eventually cleared out of the box. One thought in her mind, she gets over it with the laces. Just glides over the bar.
Not quite the dip she was looking for. Carpenter. Well, we have seen this story a number of times before. And it usually ends with a Chelsea win.
They do. They find a way, don't they? They've got that know-how.
Right in Canary, away from the challenge. Pull back to Thompson. Brilliant challenge again by Neville. Walsh. She can let fly. Great effort, brilliant goal. And finally Chelsea find a way. Kira Walsh always guarantees quality. And she delivers once again there.
Yes, it had to be something special there from distance to beat this Tottenham defence, and that was unbelievable strike from Kira Walsh. Ellie Carpenter there finds her, and it's just a little touch out, head up, and drills it into the bottom corner. It's a fantastic strike. Great footwork to find that extra yard, to lose Beth England, and fantastic from range. Fantastic from Kira Walsh there, just through the laces into the bottom corner.
Here comes Lucy Bronze. She will replace Ellie Carpenter. Two players who have both won the Women's Champions League with Lyon. And Bronze back in the action after her injury, playing for England, of course. Played through the pain barrier to win another European Championship, and now she's back on the field for Chelsea. Bright. Chase for right in Canary, but unable to keep the ball in play, and that's it. Chelsea win again, but they were made to work hard for it by a resilient Tottenham performance. Kira Walsh with the only goal just after the hour. It is finished. Chelsea 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0.
Not the result you would have wanted, I know, but your team put in the defensive shift of their lives, I thought. What are your takeaways from that game?
Yeah, we can take quite a lot away from it. I think if you've got that mentality and resilience to defend the way we did against a world-class team, you can really build on top of that. And I thought the foundations for this team moving forward to be strong. Yeah, you know they're going to create chances, they're going to have opportunities, but more importantly, getting ourselves in a position like that to frustrate them right to probably the last part was really good from us. But yeah, we're in a good position, we're moving forward, we're building something different, and we can use that moving forward.
Why do you think that was, that it took so long for that breakthrough to come, given you created so many opportunities?
Yeah, some credit to Spurs because they defended the box really well with a lot of desire. I think sometimes maybe we need to work in the positions in the box, sometimes having the desire to be first player to touch the ball. So all these things come together with the confidence also. So I think we are working on it, and again, I think hopefully soon and in the future we'll be more clinical, because I think that's the most important in football.
What's it been like for you on the whole, adapting to the WSL, adapting to being here at Chelsea? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I feel like Kat and Nay being here from the US, that's been really nice having them, and I feel like the team has been super welcoming, and being able to just learn so much from amazing players. I feel like every day I'm getting better in training, so it's been really fun.
Welcome back to the show as we continue to take in all the main talking points from the WSL weekend. All of a sudden, Arsenal find themselves in a sticky spell. The Gunners have picked up just 2 points from their last 3 league games and suffered defeat in the Champions League at the hands of Lyon in midweek. Brighton stood just a point behind their opponents at kick-off, buoyed by recent victories over Everton and West Ham United.
René Slagers makes 2 changes to last week's fairly wild defeat to Manchester City, 3-2. Young Katie Reid replaces Lotte Wubben-Moy in the heart of defence. The top scorer, Frida Mornum, is in for Palova. There are so many options for Slagers to turn to on the bench. You can see Chloe Kelly, Stina Blackstenius and Beth Mead all among the substitutes. There are 3 changes for Brighton from last week's defeat to Tottenham Hotspur. 2 of them are enforced by loan agreement rules. No Adjumang, no Kafaji, because they belong to Arsenal. And Nadim Nordam is down onto the bench. So Myles Mapome comes in to add ballast to a Brighton team that has never won away at Arsenal. But it's well defended.
Again, a lot of luck on that left-hand side, Arsenal trying to thread those balls, finding those spaces in behind the back line and running on. I think it's only going to take one successful cutback and it could see Arsenal go up and take that first goal.
Free ball on the edge of the box, and it's Smith always rising.
What a chance. You look at this low-driven ball in that very cheeky back heel, like setting Olivia Smith up for that goal, and it was inches over the top.
Oh, cross comes in. It was a good save by Nadozi. Needed to be made as well. Ford shoots, and it's a second save from Nadozi. Pressure is mounting.
Really, really promising from Arsenal, taking these early chances. Great save from Nadozi there, and even more difficult by the fact that the sun is directly in her eyes in this half. I mean, that's great tracking back. The footwork there, incredible to claw that out of the goal last minute.
Lovely football. Here come Arsenal again with Smith. Cuts the ball back. How has she picked out Mornham from there? Still alive, and it's another brilliant bit of goalkeeping. Brave work.
Caitlin Ford's been chomping at the bit a little bit here, but that's great footwork. Great reading of the game from Nadozi again.
Smith. Wonderful first touch, and the shot just flicked the side netting.
You know, get past Nadozi's having a great game so far, but, you know, first 15 minutes, and that's 2 great opportunities for Olivia Smith. She's definitely got her shooting boots on today.
Oh, that's nice. And they've got numbers here, Arsenal. Smith is in the box. She's got options, and it's deflected in. And it may well go down as an own goal, but Arsenal have the lead. Olle Slagers with the final touch, I think. But it's come from that right-hand side and the creativity of Olivia Smith.
Definitely anticipate Olivia Smith scoring the opener there. She's been absolutely chomping at the bit now for the last 15 minutes, and very much well deserved. I mean, you know, she's finding that space on the right wing. She kept it so well on the offside. And then managing to squeeze one past Nadozi. Really, really unfortunate. It just took that small deflection to kind of wrong foot her, but yeah, definitely well deserved from Olivia Smith there.
Change to the pattern of play in the last couple of minutes. Brighton getting on the ball and spreading it out wide. Think through Bourne. They've got numbers in the middle here. Camacho's up there. Lob shot comes in. Seike was there and it needed the clearance.
So unfortunate. I really thought that was going to go in. I thought it was going to be Seike on the back post there, sliding in with that equaliser. So unfortunate there.
Seike's in round the back here. She's got options in the middle and it's a good save down to her left-hand side. by the big Dutch goalkeeper. Important one.
We were speaking moments ago about Seika there, and set up nicely by Frank Kirby, just that ball over the top. And we were talking about how difficult Katie McCabe was going to find it to try and stop those chances. But that's a great left leg outstretched there for Van Domselaar. That was definitely creeping in the near post.
Seiki's had a shot and Domselaar had to watch it well. Well, she has found more and more space as the half has gone on. Russo rides the challenge, and she's got him round the back, and it's brilliant recovery work by the Dutch defender Marissa Olleslagers. She's barely put a foot wrong since the own goal. Just about staying on side and then riding the challenge well. Brilliant recovery work from Olleslagers. Aimed towards the edge of the 6-yard area. It's punched only as far as Smith, and a save on the line, denying Mornham. What a terrific game Nadozie is having. Bravely came out with the punch. Now the punch, it could be argued, put her team in a spot of bother, but it's Mapome on the line with the block. Given too much credit to the goalkeeper. She'll be thanking her number 5. Seika threads through for Kirby, wants it back, gets it back. First time cross is looking for the header of Camacho. What a brilliant save, Van Domselaar. The best move of the match for Brighton and Hove Albion.
Daphne Van Domselaar outstretched. There was nothing more she could have done. She had so little time to react to that. Absolutely unbelievable save. Unbelievable effort, matched by an unbelievable save.
Well, ball round the back, and Nadozie came out and had to be clean as a whistle. Russo bearing down. Any mistake there, she's in on goal. It's just terrific goalkeeping outside of her area. Kim Little feeds the ball down to Ford in the left channel. Good block by Mpome. It's hit her right in the side of the head. And we're going to take some time out of the game to make sure she's okay.
Definitely a ball coming in at pace there, and I think it's always one of those situations where you're both running for the ball, but yeah, I think that obviously prevented the ball going in. She's done well to defend that cross, given you know, especially the threat that Arsenal posed in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but it does look very serious at the moment.
Well, the applause is because the stretcher is being raised up, and Maëlys Mapome, her treatment has been complete, at least at pitch side. I can tell as soon as she went to ground, it was a fairly serious looking one. And so we wish her well. Here's Ford, threads the ball through. Needed the tackle. First involvement for the Swede. She's won a corner for her team. And it's flicked on. It's a brilliant header, and it bounces back off the top of the bar. Blackstenius with the free header, trying to guide it into the opposite corner. Oh, brilliant turn by young Kyra Cooney-Cross, who's carrying the ball forward. Feeding Mead and looking to get the ball back. Great work from the Australian. Has it back again. Cross was looking for Blackstenius. Russo with the shot. The cross was for Blackstenius. The volley came out to Russo, and she hasn't missed by much.
A wry smile there from Renee Slegers. She almost thought that was going in, as did everyone else, including myself and the rest of the Arsenal fans.
And the full-time whistle blows. Dario Vidosic's team came to try and cause problems for Arsenal, but ultimately the own goal scored by Marissa Olleslagers just before the quarter hour is all that separated the sides, and they've beaten Brighton and Hove Albion 1-0.
We started really well, and then I think if you don't capitalize on chances or when you have the momentum, then you always know that the opposition will come back with something, especially when it's only 0-0, 1-0. So that's definitely something we will look at. But yeah, most importantly, 3 points. We did score a goal, even though it was an own goal from across, and we kept a clean sheet, and the players worked really hard to keep the clean sheet.
We were stretched, very stretched today, and I think that fatigue just played a part towards the end. And but look, I'm really proud of the girls. When we see the opposition goalkeeper as well holding the man of the match, I mean she's played her part. She's made some great saves. She made a fantastic save on that header. But look, tough game, great challenge, and I think we can walk away with many positives.
2 wins from 3 had given London City Lionesses reason to be cheerful as they strode out at the Copperjack Stadium against bottom side West Ham United. The Hammers started the weekend pointless after their opening 5 games of a WSL season for the very first time. But they had won each of their last 3 league games against newly promoted opposition and needed some sort of a boost from this one too.
Their 1-0 win against Liverpool last weekend, London City Lionesses are looking to become the first newly promoted team to win back-to-back Women's Super League games since Leicester City some 3.5 years ago. Well, Freya Godfrey returns from injury and starts for the first time in the WSL this season. Rafiat Muran is recalled and will play at left-back. Lucia Corrales drops to the bench after suffering from minor illness this week. Sani Franci moves to the bench. Kosovari Asllani and Isabel Goodwin will share attacking duties with Grace Guyoro, licensed to get forward from midfield. As for West Ham, well, they bring Amber Tisiak back to the starting lineup, and she will partner Shalene Zadorski at the back. Eva Nystrom makes way, but is named as a sub. Shakira Martinez, fresh from netting the winner in mid-week in the League Cup success of Brighton, continues up front with support from Riko Eki and Vivian Asai. The latter can boast 3 goals versus London City in all competitions. Long for Martinez, Sangare with a header, Weki underneath it, drops down before Fernandez can clear. Denton has it now. Comfortable in possession. Say to turn, thinking about the shot. Good hit! Oh! Well, it kisses the outside of the post. That was a spectacular effort from Asai and denied by the frame of the goal.
It's exactly where you wanted to be picking the ball up in those spaces. Her long-range shooting is a real feature of her game, and so unlucky there, hitting the upright.
Shot that's always curling away from goal. You can see that Shemek didn't really have too much to worry about. Paris grimaces, knows that she's a little bit better than that.
Paris is coming inside a lot more often than sort of probably the first 10 or 15 minutes, so interesting one there for her.
Fernandez, Paris, Imran.
And a lot of their width on the left-hand side is coming through Imran, because Nikita Paris is obviously coming inside so much. So once they go down the right-hand side, they seem to have a fair bit of width, London City. But when they come out the left-hand side, it's the fullback that's providing the width because of the rotations centrally.
Maybe he's listening to you.
I hope not. He'll have his eyes in the sky talking to him about what changes or what tweaks need to be happening, I've no doubt.
Yeah, we expect some in the second half for sure. It depends on the final 5 of this first, of course. Guyoro for Asllani. Deep across this time around. And it's flicked towards goal. It was a difficult opportunity. Not for Kumagai. She couldn't keep it down, but it would have been an acrobatic effort. It would have found the back of the net, not quite.
Just didn't drop quickly enough, did it? I think she was trying to get over the top of the ball here and make sure she hit the target, but it just didn't drop low enough quickly enough.
Oh, really good touch from Oiki. Martinez wants it. Asai's arriving. Oiki still has it. Curl to the edge of the area. Pupil to take a touch and curl towards goal. Cleared away. Good defensive work from Fernandez because she had her arms behind her back. A good passage of play this for West Ham.
And they're having a lot of success down their right-hand side, West Ham, when they win the ball back. So that'll definitely be something that London City will want to look at, because that's probably 4 or 5 times now in the second half that they've come down that right-hand side, and this is excellent defending. Arms behind the back, no chance of being given for a handball, but protecting the goal, and you've got to do your job in those situations. She did it really, really well.
Number of attacks, what will they lead to? Asai with the responsibility with the corner once again. Coming into the near post, Sadorski's header, still not away. And it's Kumagai that will clear. Martinez had the second attempt. And West Ham are getting closer here. Free kick.
That's an excellent header from Zadorski, and again, great defending, you know, stopping a certain goal there.
So we approach the final quarter of this fixture. Still no goals, but West Ham could be the better side since the restart. Looks like Corrales is going to play over on that left-hand side now. Moran has gone off. Oh, a mistake here! And Asllani takes full advantage. Well, just when we were suggesting West Ham were on top, that is awful goalkeeping. Loss of concentration. And Asllani steals in to score from close range. West Ham look the most likely to break the deadlock here at Hayes Lane. However, it's London City Lionesses that lead by a goal to nil. And Asllani takes full advantage of the slip from Schmidt.
How disappointing for West Ham. On top in the game, finally wrestled control back. You know, when you're searching for your first points of the season, those types of errors just can't happen.
And that is the 90. And Skinner's side, unfortunately, fall to their 6th consecutive WSL defeat. Didn't have the look at all. They had good opportunities in the second half. And the side couldn't convert. The London City Lionesses were stoic at the back. And then pinched the game late on. It's London City Lionesses that grab a 3rd WSL win of the season. Full time here, London City Lionesses 1, West Ham United 0.
People make mistakes, and you know, ultimately it's difficult for players in these moments. The most important thing is what she does next, really, and our support will be there for her.
We try to stay high just to prevent the opponent from building up, and sometimes to provoke the technical mistake and try to get back the ball as high as possible. And when we have the possibility to intercept the ball as high as Kose did in the second half, of course we are immediately dangerous.
Villa Park was the venue for Aston Villa against Leicester City. Coming into the weekend, only Manchester United and Chelsea boasted better defensive records than Villa this season, while Leicester City arrived in Birmingham having failed to win any of their previous 18 WSL away games and had never tasted victory on Aston Villa soil.
It's almost a year to the day since Aston Villa and Leicester City met in the corresponding fixture. Both of them were looking for their first win of the WSL campaign. 12 months on, they have just one win apiece so far this season as they enter the fray here at Villa Park. Well, in terms of the team news, Villa make only one change from the 2-0 win at West Ham last weekend. Kirsty Hansen, who scored a memorable goal in that game, drops to the bench to be replaced by right-back Sarah Mailing. It means a switch to a 4-4-2 formation with Ebony Salmon and captain Rachel Daly up front. There are 2 alterations for Leicester. Jutta Rantala, who's being carefully managed after spending almost a year out through injury, drops to the bench along with Chantel Swaby. Their replacements are former Villa Academy player Shannon O'Brien and Republic of Ireland international defender Heather Payne.
Leicester losing out. Salmon gets the return ball. Will she get a chance to shoot? In the end, the presence of Asmita Ale didn't give her a clear sight of goal.
She does well here, Ale, just to read the press, read the game, because Ebony Salmon was through on goal. I think Ale just does enough to put her off in that instance.
That's a good ball over the top, looking for the run, and Leicester's defence completely caught out. There'll be a second attempt here. Maltby, Daly, missed kicks, and really Aston Villa didn't take full advantage of a very flat Leicester defence. O'Brien, and now Maltby for Villa. Forward it goes to Salmon, got away from Cayman, might even get a second chance as it bobbles away from Leipzig. And for the second time in this game, Villa causing Leicester problems.
Again, we see Salmon causing all sorts of problems, using a pace, and Janina Leipzig is equal to it there. A little bit of a mix-up, but, you know, she'll feel, I think, in that instance that, again, she should have done better.
Tierney switches it to Payne. This is a good passage of play from Leicester. Payne getting round the back, and Villa find themselves under pressure as Emily Van Egmond was in a good position.
Yeah, it was a good build-up in there from Leicester. Obviously, O'Brien kind of starting the play here, and she does really well just to slide it into the path of Heather Payne. And you can see the frustration on the Aston Villa defence that was allowed to occur.
Grant plays it infield. Villa looking threatening here. Here's Salmon. Daly's there, but Leipzig got enough on it just to take it out of her path and avoid Villa taking the lead.
Yeah, you see Aston Villa picking the ball up again down this right-hand side, linking up really well. Salmon does well to get the ball across, and Leipzig does so well just to get an outstretched arm, just to take it away from Rachel Daly.
Missy Bokens releasing Salmon. Can she make something of it this time? Leipzig ahead of her, and almost a carbon copy of the chance she had earlier on in the game. Springing the Leicester defence, running into the same position and shooting the same way. Delonte. This time it's early, and it's towards Daly. Glance the header, comes back in, but there's nobody attacking the ball in the 6-yard area. Had they done so, Villa would have been in front. Here they might have another chance. Salmon winning that duel, and again has made it relatively easy for Leipzig.
Little bit of uncertainty across the back line here for Leicester, and an opportunity to clear her lines, but Payne doesn't quite manage to do so. Comes back in here, and we see Emily Salmon gets the better of the two defenders around her, but she makes it easy again for Leipzig in the Leicester goal.
It's flicked to the edge of the area. Cayman looking for a birthday goal. Kept alive. Kane. That's a teasing delivery, which D'Angelo, in the end, probably felt she could get, but it seemed to rise as it got closer.
It rose, and then it just kind of tipped away from her a little bit, so she obviously felt not confident enough to catch it, but Leicester just turning the screw a little bit and adding that pressure now, and it's kind of roles reversed compared to that first half.
Hansen gets the run of the ball and then delivers a really good cross, and Mullet should have scored for Villa. That is the clearest chance they've had in the entire game.
Here's Hansen, directs it over the bar, and she's unmarked in the box with nobody anywhere near her. I shall be disappointed not to have put that away.
Not cleared very well by Villa. Here's Mouchon. Rantala in support. Rantala going for the near post. D'Angelo had it covered.
Mouchon does really well to find the space and find Rantala out on this left-hand side. But her first touch for Rantala just drags her away from goal, and the shot's probably not on.
Ayan, in it goes. It's not the best of deliveries. It's ended in a 0-0 draw for the second season running this fixture. Villa, by far the better team in the first half, had the chances, didn't take them. Leicester played much better in the second, offered a threat, but they couldn't find a way through either.
The game plan was to ensure that we were hard to beat and look after some of their star players, because they've got some real good players on that pitch. So we're delighted to come away from home. We're delighted with the point and the clean sheet.
Quite satisfied with the first half, not with the fact again that we are not able to capitalise our chances. It's not losing, but we want also to win, so I'm not definitely happy, but a lot to grow and a lot to improve.
So to the standings, and after 6 match days for most sides, it's all taking shape nicely. There's a right old tussle at the top, and the bottom of the table makes interesting reading too after this weekend's results. Incidentally, when the WSL returns, fixtures of note include Manchester City against West Ham, Leicester City hosting Arsenal, and Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. So the WSL takes a break for a few weeks with international football on the agenda for many, but we'll be back with all the big talking points and the very best of the action when the division clicks back into gear. See you then, and thanks for watching.